welcome
right?
to episode 16 of the Copium Take. As I look to see what episode number it was. I always forget. I can't help it.
Yeah, episode 16 of Copium Take, episode 42 of Jake's Riveting Takes.
Jake, I need you to explain to all the fans why they haven't had pods the last couple weeks.
I don't know. I mean, we really got to ask Jonah. He's the one that kept skipping out on us.
Ooh. Jonah, you always get thrown under the bus here.
Yeah.
All those
Jonah was like,
prior engagements I had.
Yeah, Jonah was like, I'm going to go do other stuff and not even let you guys know. I was like, that's wild, Jonah.
And yep, I'm the one that went to those Kansas bars with those Kansas college players.
Whoa, you're giving so much information about Jake.
Yeah, one, a lot of info. Two, not accurate info. So I guess I don't really care.
Well, that's nice. Alright, let's do this. Let's knock out these tiers, boys. Let's update these tiers. We got 2 weeks. Let's not take as long as we did that one episode, but
I don't know. I got lots to say.
yeah, I bet you do. All right.
Because I had a lot of backlash when I was saying things.
Yeah, and you will nows too.
Is your backlash fair?
I disagree. I certainly don't think it was fair.
Oh, I asked if it was fair.
And he said he doesn't think it's fair, and I'll tell you right now it was. I don't know. I don't care which take it was.
I said, was the backlash fair? And you said, I disagree. That's a good answer, Jen. I appreciate it. All right, we moving the Chiefs? They're good, right? They're fine.
Rapid.
Okay.
I mean, they won.
Yeah, the Bills?
It wasn't a very impressive win, but they still did it.
The Bills did lose, but I have no problem leaving them here.
Yeah, that's still
the only thing that spooks me is that I think Josh Allen's going to have a sore elbow the whole rest of this season.
The only thing that spooked me is that they'll probably fall out of the division and end up being a wild card.
Well, a lot has to happen between there now and then. So.
I mean, it's crazy that not actually that much has to happen for that to happen.
Eagles still undefeated? 2 weeks? No pod?
That ends this week.
Who they play this week? No, I don't think they played.
I don't know.
Oh. Okay. Well, we're happy with that, right? Moving down. The Bengals, I'm so happy with them being where they're at.
Oh, they play the Commies this week.
Ooh.
They better not end it this week. I'd be pissed if they end it this week. It's the one time I need them to win.
I think your bet's dead.
Not yet.
I mean, they're like 13 right now.
Yep. Only got to fall 9, baby.
I guess at this point you could root for just the push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to win the bet because that's gonna hit. But
I'm really curious who's below them that you think could get above them. But we don't have to get into that right now. It's too much.
Bengals.
The Bengals are too up and down to move at all.
And then and
when they're good, they look really, really good. But then they do things like what they did against the Browns.
Yeah, and they've lost, and they were gonna lose Chase for at least the next couple of weeks. I'm happy leaving them play playoff team though.
I said I would have left them in contenders before, not because of where they were, but because where I felt they would end up being, and that's kind of still how I feel. But nothing really happened that you're sitting there and you're like, oh, you got to move them up. I don't think.
I think there are too many question marks. I don't know that they're going to get back to where they ended last season.
I don't know if they are or not, but
I just mean the regular season and how good they were when they started the playoffs. But
okay, the Chargers. I mean, they won.
Yeah, I think it's
all right. I'm gonna go back on what I said with the Bills, where I was like, they won, we can't move them. The Chargers are disgusting.
They are gross, but we can't move them.
I wish we were doing like inner tier movement because I would drop them to like the worst of the playoff teams right now.
I would probably.
I still think they're gonna make the playoffs. Is my thing.
Too. I think that's all it is. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't actually.
And then once they make the playoffs, who knows?
No, honestly. I don't think. I think they're not going to make the playoffs. I'm moving them down. They're playoff hopeful.
Well, I'm not moving them, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to get any other movement on this, but they're a playoff hopeful team. I don't think they're guaranteed to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Why am I just completely brain farting? Who's the other AFC West team? Chiefs, Chargers. Chiefs, Chargers.
Raiders and Broncos.
Broncos. Okay. The Broncos was the one I fucking forgot. Oh, there they are. It's because I didn't see them. They're at the very bottom.
They're hiding down
They're
there.
where they need to be. All right. Dolphins. They're fine. They're a playoff team.
Dolphins are exactly where they need to be.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, unless you're gonna move them up, I don't think there's any real conversation to be had
Yeah,
here.
that's what I was gonna say. Am I crazy for thinking they might deserve contender?
I'm thinking I'm seeing a dot in the end of the tunnel, Jonah. I mean, Jake, and it's like 1 pixel of light. That's where I am. I don't hate the contenders for the Dolphins, but I'm not moving them up.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Also,
one of us has the inclination that they're potentially a contender. I want to see a little more from that defense.
That's
yeah,
fair.
I mean,
I just
this
like
is
to the
reality. They're gonna choke it away, and I'm gonna regret ever thinking this. But
I don't know that they are, because that offense thrives on just throw the ball downfield bullshit, and that's we've seen that's a sustainable strategy in the playoffs.
I like how they've won almost every type of way you could win.
That's true as well.
It's not the
except for
same.
without Tua.
Well, yeah, that's fair. There's pretty much almost all teams have that problem, right?
Yeah.
Almost all.
Except
teams.
for the team that has a better backup than their starter. But hey, we haven't gotten to them yet, so
Man, don't talk
Whoa.
about the Eagles that way.
I don't even know who the backup is. Oh, it's Minshew, isn't it?
It's Minshew.
Dude. But all right, Ravens.
Valid point, Jordan. I
The Ravens are contenders to me. I said it last week. I'm gonna say it again.
Man, they just look
I
too
thi-
goofy at moments.
yeah, I think they could end there, but like, there's nothing that I can't move them.
I can't move them either. Not yet. Not yet.
I get it. I've seen enough, and I think Roquan Smith adds so much to that defense.
Definitely a good pickup.
I think the Dolphins, like, I just think the Dolphins have a better chance than the Ravens. If I was going to move one of those two up, I think I would take the Dolphins over the Ravens right now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. They're kind of opposite of each other, which I don't like how Lamar has played worse than he did at the beginning. I know he was playing crazy good at the beginning, but
It's funny because I think losing Bateman matters so much to this team,
yeah, it's because they have no good
and it's
receivers.
not
and
even
Bateman
just
was
about
like
the production that he
a
had,
70.
because he wasn't incredibly productive. It's just that he allowed them to do different things because it made defenses play truer to have somebody who's at least a competent receiver.
Yeah, and they lost Dobbins again. Like,
And
But I think they
offense
can
is-
make up for it. I think they can make up for it by incorporating Likely more. Because when Lamar won MVP, they didn't have any good receivers. They just had 3 tight ends that they got very heavily involved.
yeah, Mark Andrews is banged up too. Like,
Yeah, Mark Andrews is banged up, but I don't think it's anything nagging. Like, I think he's gonna get healthy coming up
No.
soon. They've got a
I'm
bye
not sure if
week.
you said they're going to make it back.
my favorite part was Marcus Peters arguing with Harbaugh off a meaningless touchdown, and it got fairly heated. It looked like that was my favorite part of the whole game, of that whole Saints game. A very boring, meaningless game.
I didn't even see the
There was
game.
nothing else even
That's all I
memorable
got
about
of
the
it.
game.
But
I forgot they played. I forgot it was the Monday night.
it's fair. It's probably
That
gonna be
makes
how
sense.
it's gonna be how this Thursday night's gonna. Yeah, that's how you're gonna remember this Thursday night,
Nah, this Thursday night's electric.
I guess. All right, Niners. They didn't play this.
This
past
is what
week.
makes us
They were on
drag.
bye.
They're
So
fine. They also can enter contender for me eventually. Contender watch.
I
I think a lot
definitely
of these.
I'm gonna move.
agree,
I'm gonna move them. I'm gonna move all these up just because I want to click stuff.
This is my thing. Every team that I'm leaving in the playoffs
Contender
here,
watch, baby.
I legitimately think I could see being a legitimate contender back into the season.
Mm.
All right, Jake. That comment in conjunction with what you're about to do is gonna piss me off.
All right, the Vikings. They got to stay somehow.
The Vikings are staying, but I think the Vikings are going to have a really bad stretch coming up.
They do
I
have a
don't
tough
like
game
their
schedule.
upcoming schedule at all.
But the question is, are they any of them primetime games? That's the true question.
It doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, I will say
The
the
Patriots
Vikings.
game is a primetime game,
Ooh,
which
that's a loss.
really bad for them.
The
That is-
Vikings are the only
Because-
team on
Haven't-
this list.
Haven't they only lost one primetime game? Like, isn't that their only loss is the primetime game?
The Monday night game against the Eagles, yeah. But then they play the Bills at 1 o'clock after the
Oh.
Bills just lost to the Jets, and they're gonna be pissed.
That's an easy dub. It's
Then they
one-
play the
1 o'clock.
Cowboys at 4, and then they play the Patriots, which is the most beatable of those 3 teams. But they play them on Thursday night.
That's true. They'll go 2-1.
Man, that's
They'll
brutal.
probably go 0-3 in that stretch.
No, 1 o'clock. Kirk Cousins, not a chance.
That kid's different, bro. You see
No,
him on
no,
the
that
plane?
1 o'clock. The 1 o'clock game is against the Bills. I don't think they have a
Doesn't
chance.
matter. It doesn't
It
matter.
does.
It's
Because
1 o'clock Kirk.
Kirk
1
Cousins
o'clock
is
Kirk
not going to be what
Cousins.
matters in that game. What
1
matters is that their
o'clock.
defense is trash.
It doesn't matter. 1 o'clock Kirk Cousins cannot be beat.
Did you see him on the plane?
Yeah, I don't know.
Iced out Kirk? Dude, I
I
love
did.
Kirk.
I did see him. I did see how overly celebratory he was after barely squeaking out a win on a field goal against the commies.
Because he's iced out Kirk.
Iced out Kirk. He was kind of shredded. Did you see his? He got some abs popping there.
He's
The 1 o'clock.
got a much more fit body than I expected.
It's the 1 o'clock games. It does it for him.
Get him swole, baby.
He doesn't look like that when he plays primetime. He looks like the Mac Jones picture that went around.
He's got the real dad bod.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay. Well, what were you gonna say, Jake? You had something you were on the correct. You know.
As you say, the Vikings are like the first playoff team in this list that we've gone over that I don't think necessarily could be a contender.
And somehow they have
I
one
think the
loss.
Chargers could be a contender.
Yeah, I could if the Chargers get their stuff clicking, like they all get healthy on the offense and they get everything going, like that team, they have all the pieces you need to be a contender.
I think
They
too
just
many
haven't
people
gotten it
have season-ending injuries already.
Maybe
Like the pressure that offensive line gives up, because it's one of the 5 worst lines in the league, is so bad, and it's because they can't stay healthy. The guys who don't have season-ending injuries, and then they lost their left tackle, and the backup is horrendous.
Okay. Well, it's Cowboys.
But to me, I still could see them. Well, I was gonna say is the Vikings have no chance, and really the only reason is because they'd have to play primetime games.
It is fucked up, dude. Let me get a Vikings playoff run with 1 o'clock games. Kirk will dominate the league.
He'll have the Joe Flacco postseason.
Yeah, what's killing the Vikings too is they can't run. They haven't. I really don't think they've been able to run the ball. Somehow.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is they haven't been bad. I mean, it feels like they've been worse than they have. I think.
It probably.
Like if you go look at the stats, like you're like, oh wow, they actually kind of ran this half decent, but it just feels terrible. Like even watching the game, you're watching the game and you're just like, man, they can't run it. But it's like, I don't think they've been running it as bad as you would think.
Okay. Well.
Although this Washington game isn't great.
We'll see how they do it. I mean, if they go 2-1 the next 3, and it's the primetime game, I don't know. Maybe I can't move them up. They can. Maybe if they go like. What if they go 1-2, but they win the primetime game?
But then that means they lost to the Bills and Cowboys and only beat the Patriots.
Yeah, but those are 2 decent teams at least.
I understand, and maybe if they're close games, this matters.
What if they lose to the Bills, but then beat the? What if they go 2-1 against the boys in primetime, Pat? Man,
it won't happen, so I don't really have to entertain it that much. But in that case,
Vikings could beat you
I would
guys.
feel better about them.
Vikings could beat you guys.
They can't.
Is it where's the game at?
Jonah, stop doing this to yourself.
I'm not doing it to myself. You guys are just idiots.
They could
The
win.
Cowboys could lose.
I think it's in Minnesota.
They've lost 1 game. The Vikings could easily win that game, just as much as you guys could win that game.
No, that's not true at all.
I mean,
this is wild.
I know we disagree on this. I know we disagree on this.
We could beat you guys.
You guys are
the
just
Steelers
100%
could beat the Cowboys. They could beat the Cowboys.
I don't think they could. I genuinely don't think that these teams especially not the Steelers. I don't know why you.
If we played 100 times, the Steelers could win 1 game.
The Steelers could probably win.
If you play 10 times, the Steelers going to win because
games.
these are professional teams, and one team's going to win 1 out of 10 every time.
Any given Sunday. Except for
I understand
with the Cowboys.
I understand. I'm just saying, in a one-off match, I don't think there's any chance that the Vikings win.
We'll see.
The Vikings' defense is horrendous, and their offense has been getting worse throughout the season.
The Vikings. The Vikings defense, when it comes to common opponents, has held them to lower points than you guys have. I'm pretty sure.
Comes to what opponents?
Common.
What does that mean?
Teams
like when you guys play the same team.
Oh, okay. Are you fact checking that, or are you just throwing out random bullshit like you always do?
Well, so I know Washington, the Vikings allowed 17, you guys allowed 10, but the Bears, Washington allowed 22, you guys allowed 29. So I guess it's a push.
I mean, eventually we had to have a game where we allowed somebody more than 20 points.
Just
eventually it had to happen.
Doing everything for the poor Bears. That's all they have. Poor guy. All right, let's go. We're speaking of Cowboys. We're not gonna move them besides Jonah, right, Jake?
Yeah, they're contenders, like I said, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, however long it's been.
What has happened since then to make them contenders?
They've won one
They've
game.
been contenders the whole time. I don't have to make the same argument again.
You're right.
I know
We
you guys
definitely
disagree.
don't. We don't.
Let's move on to
Well, you lost to the Bucks.
We lost to the Bucks 9 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's enough. Stain on the country.
The country. All right, the Giants.
Hey,
I
but
would
I
move them
will
down.
say, Jonah, the positive is Cowboys are no longer at birds. I'll put them in playoff team.
There you go, Jonah. That's a win. Take your wins,
Yeah.
Jonah.
It is a win. I'm glad the bye week gave you that confidence.
Yeah, it's just I didn't have to watch them this week, so I was like, you know what, why not?
Uh,
All right, Giants.
Drew, let's have you start with the Giants.
Well, I would move them down, but they didn't play this week. So if we don't move Dallas because they also didn't play this week, how could we move the Giants?
Let's go. I love the logic.
Yeah, but I mean, we've got 2 weeks that we're working on with the Giants.
I don't remember. Did they lose?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
lost to the Seahawks.
Oh, Seattle's legit.
Seahawks are a good team.
Seattle's moving up here in a minute.
Yeah, but Drew specifically after that game talked about wanting to move him down.
Yeah,
did.
but
I
I'm
wanted to
curious
move
if
them
He's-
down
he's-
before
he's
that
just
game.
settled on that.
I want to move them down before that game, but obviously I have to watch them lose a couple more weeks, and then we can move them down. There's no need to fight.
Okay. I think they're a playoff team not because I think they're one of the top like 12 or 14 teams in the league, but I think just because they got to such a hot start.
Oh yeah, and the NFC is
That they'll go like
NFC is
500.
as bad as we've seen a conference in years.
I know they'd make the playoffs in the AFC right now.
Well, it's because
And
I
I
mean,
think
that's fair,
if they went
record-wise, but-
500 the rest of the season, they would probably still be the 7th seed in the AFC.
I think my argument's more not about them, more about what's around them.
I think the argument is that the team itself isn't that good.
I mean,
They
you got the
just
Rams,
got such a good start early
God,
on.
thank God we didn't do the NFC West.
Yeah, we would have put out in the ether way too much wrong.
Maybe that's why they're bad. It's because
What
we
do you
didn't
mean?
do
Although
it.
I don't know if that's entirely true, because I think we probably would have mostly been on the 49ers. But anyway,
Yeah, we would have.
Yeah, but
We
we
would've
would have
all
been
been on the
higher
phone.
on the Rams.
probably.
Somebody would have jumped on the Cardinals.
As it was, didn't they start as a contender?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Either that or they were the top of the playoff teams. But yeah, the Giants are staying where they're at.
Okay, all right. No one's moving. Well, Tennessee, I mean, they lost, but I'm not moving them.
They are the unquestioned best team in that division.
Yeah, I would have to honestly look at that division real quick to confident, but like I don't think they move out. They're what 5-3 now. Is that right?
They should have beat the Chiefs. Chiefs are just the worst.
They really should have beat the Chiefs. But
All I
Mahomes
know
Patrick
is the
Mahomes.
Jags. The Jags are gonna come back and win that sucker.
Tennessee too, them just having no weapons is just what is like Jake said. But I think this was before. I don't think we were recording, but Malik Willis
Yeah.
didn't even play that
If
bad.
they had just paid AJ Brown instead of
Yeah.
trading him for Traylon Burks.
It's definitely a miss.
All I know is the Titans losing this week and the Jags winning is big for my Jags pick, though.
It's not. Your Jags pick is irrelevant.
What was your Jags pick? That they would win the Super Bowl?
But they'd win the division. The bet that we have.
Oh, that you two have?
All three of us have, because you guys both hopped on the Jags and I hopped on the Colts.
Whoa! I don't remember that. I don't remember it written down.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
it's in one of the pods.
Oh,
I mean, we can all agree the Colts are dead now, so that's the
the
positive.
Colts were dead 3 weeks ago. And
I
Jordan just
will-
kept- and he's gonna say this: the defense is now gone.
I'm very mad about the Colts.
Say it
And we'll
again.
get to that.
All right, Bucks. We gotta move them down. Outside looking in.
The Bucks are winning that division, so they're a playoff
Yeah,
team.
they have to stay playoff hopeful, I think.
No, I can't move them to the playoff team because I don't actually have any clarity in who's winning that division. But
It's
as of
those
right
two
now,
right there.
I think
They're
it's
right
gonna be
next to each other, and it's going to be
No,
one
no,
of
no, no,
those two.
I
both
don't
win the division?
feel what I'm saying is I don't feel strongly about either one of them beating the other.
That's what I'm saying. So like, it's those two, and
Yeah,
they both stay right
they're
there.
both exactly where they need to be. We can't move them
It's
down.
one of them's going to win it, and the other one's going to fall into the abyss.
Yeah, I mean the Falcons lost this week on bullshit, and they went from winning the division to out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's just
Which you sent that in there being like it's so like the Falcons to do that. And I was like, but also the Bucks went from out of playoffs to winning division too.
yeah, it's true. It's just that entire
Okay.
division is so
The Falcons had to win. The Falcons had to win that game against the Rams. Like they had they had to play in Germany at 9 o'clock against Seattle. Like that's such a tough game for them. They had to win. They had to win, and they did.
Yeah,
I guess they
the Bucks have a
pulled it out of
weird
their
game.
ass. But
The Bucks have a weird game being in Germany.
yeah, especially with like old people.
It's actually interesting because I think it kind of levels the playing field. Because otherwise, I think they would get steamrolled by the Seahawks.
Oh, I think it hurts the Bucks more than it helps them.
Really?
Yeah, because they're all like Bucks are mainly comprised of like vets. They got to fly all the way to Germany, play at a weird time. Seattle's like
Yeah, but I think they're going to be
relatively young.
better. I think they're going to deal with that better.
And I think Seattle's good. As much as I hate Pete Carroll.
We'll get there in a second.
All right, Rams, move them down, right? Outside looking in at least.
The Rams. Who owns their pick this year? Is it the Lions?
Yes.
Or do they have this one?
I
It's
think
the
it is
Lions? Yeah, the Lions are going to get another top 10 pick.
I'm not moving. them
The
down.
Rams are Ratbird. That team is abysmal. And
I
I
like
don't
that,
think they
man.
can get better.
Where are you moving, Jake?
Am I like? I still like that playoff hopeful. Am I weird for that?
No, you're not weird for that. I feel way worse about that team. And I think that team is just trending down.
Like, what am I? I mean, I get.
I get it. I'm definitely the outside opinion.
I mean, I'm in the middle.
No, you know what? They do have to go down though. They have to go to outside looking in my opinion. Because I'm just, it's not even that. Like, I think they are still good enough that they could end up being a playoff team, maybe. But the numbers is what's going to throw them off. You have too many teams in the NFC East with good records that's going to screw them, and I don't think they're going to overcome San Francisco.
Or Seattle.
Yeah, or Seattle, but I was saying like San Francisco and Seattle are going to go from there. And you're going to get 3 teams in the East to go, so that's 5 right there, and then the division winners
That's
from
all
number
of it.
2, 6, 7. So that's it. So
Yeah, there's
man,
no room for the Rams to make the playoffs.
yeah, I don't see. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to play out this way because it never does. I would like feel pretty confident picking the 7 playoff teams right now.
In the NFC, I agree.
Yeah.
I take it back. I take it back.
I think the hardest pick is Bucks Falcons.
Yep, that's the only team the division I'm not willing to call, because I genuinely couldn't tell you that I feel confident in the Bucks.
The NFC's so good.
I think I would
It's just
pick
a
the Falcons,
tiebreaker.
honestly.
They play each other again,
No,
right?
you pick them? No, I would have never guessed that.
Right?
Man.
I hate the Falcons.
All right,
We all know it.
All right, let's go to the Jets. We moving them? They're
Yep.
still playoff. Moving.
They're a
them?
playoff team. The Jets are a playoff team. That defense is so good, and the offense has enough weapons that they can compensate for Zach Wilson being one of the 5 worst quarterbacks in the league.
Ooh, moving them. I don't
You
know.
you see what their record is?
I know it hurts me. Not as much as the
Um,
Giants hurts me, but it hurts
Oh
me.
man, I mean,
No,
I get
I
it.
don't-
I get it.
They
I
gotta
think
stay
that-
playoff hopeful.
This is why I don't think the Chargers are going to make it, because I think the Jets are going to win enough games that the Chargers are going to
They-
lose because they're the Chargers. And they always do.
They very well might. But the reality is there's too many teams that could knock the Jets out of contention.
All right, yeah.
I can
'Cause you
understand.
have,
You can
you
leave
have
it
the
in playoff
Chargers.
hopeful.
You have the Chargers and the Bengals also fighting for wild card, and then Miami and New England really because the whole AFC East is competitive. So you have too many teams that could potentially knock them out that are all within a game of them. That I don't think you can move them to playoff team.
I get it.
All right, Seattle. We moving them up. I mean, we just said. Only
Seattle's
one
going to win
weekend.
that. Seattle's going to win that division.
Yeah, move them up.
They have
Move
enough
them
of a lead on the Niners, even though I think the Niners are the better team when healthy. They just have enough of a lead that they're not going to be able to fall out of the playoffs.
They can run the ball too, man. And they got the perfect receiver. He catches the ball, runs 1 more yard, and falls down.
Well, when he catches the ball.
That's true. And he came back and caught a touchdown that game.
True.
He made up for his mistake.
And that wasn't his only drop.
Crazy what you can do, what a team can do when not one person wants the credit.
You turned on Russell Wilson?
No, Tyler Lockett turned on him.
And Tyler Lockett tweeted that.
Tyler Lockett was the only person left in his corner.
Yeah,
When
he
he
was.
Every
tweeted
other
that.
teammate that Russell Wilson has ever had with the Seahawks hates him.
Yeah, see, and the thing is too, those quiet shots way worse than the Shermans or the Lynches.
Oh yeah.
Way worse. Them strays, they hurt.
Russell Wilson single-handedly ruined that dynasty. Because the entire team was constructed to just be an environment where he could thrive in the locker room itself. Because
Well-
everybody else who was good hated him. Because he's got this weird selfish, it's all about me mentality. And it ruined that what could have been a dynasty.
What would be so funny is if Pete Carroll retired and was like, he's like waits like a year and you just see some report come out and be like, Pete Carroll said that Russell wanted to throw that ball on that last play.
I'm beginning to think that that's true.
There's probably a world that is true.
This one.
Wouldn't that be wild? God, that'd be like the ultimate L. It makes sense.
What would be the ultimate L's if you found out Pete Carroll called a run?
I think Russell Wilson audible.
And Pete Carroll is 100% the type of guy that fucking shoot that shade after he retired. 100%. And I would respect
I'm
it.
surprised. The only reason why I don't believe it's true, why like I'm not 100% convinced, is because Marshawn Lynch hasn't said anything about it.
Yeah,
And
Marshawn
Marshawn Lynch apparently also does not like Russell Wilson.
Do you think, here's the real question though. Do you think Marshawn Lynch would know?
Nah, he forgot.
He would
Well, it
literally
depends
just be
on
like,
when-
he'd just be like, he told me he was giving me the ball, told me he wasn't when we got up to the
Wait,
huddle.
it depends when Russell Wilson decided to throw. If he got the call in the headset and was like, I'm ignoring that, or if he decided, nah, never mind, I'm gonna audible.
That's what I'm saying. If Russell was just like, I'm throwing this off the rip, so he
Yeah.
never gave the original play call, and then they just think he audibled it from the sideline, and he was just like, no, I picked my own thing.
Yeah, I totally understand that, and that's what I'm saying. It's like it's 50-50 on when he made that call.
All right, too much Russell Wilson talk. Let's go.
Yeah, why would?
Let's talk about another wash quarterback.
Nah, we'll talk about him again here in a moment.
Wait, did we? No.
Yeah, we moved him up.
We're moving to another wash quarterback. Aaron Rodgers, baby. Where are we moving the Giants? Or the Packers? We moving them? I want to move them, but it hurts me. It makes me sad because I like it.
I mean, at this point, they probably want to be Ratbird, right?
Yeah, but they'll probably draft another quarterback or something.
Well, yeah, you have a top 10 pick.
Yeah, that's
you
kind of
got
what
it.
they want. Because Russell Wilson's gonna, or not Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers is gonna be gone next year.
Oh,
I,
they're so bad and it's so sad. And Aaron,
Man,
like,
Jake,
Aaron
do you
played
agree with
ball.
putting him in Ratbird?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, good. Because I
I
don't, but I kind of like seeing him there.
Like,
I
I
think
don't
they're
know
gonna
if
be
that
just
actually-
outside.
I don't know if they're actually that bad, but like, I genuinely like at this point, if you're them, I'm probably just like, yo, let's do it.
I know they can't even make it into playoff hopeful. It's really about whether or not I think they're gonna be a bottom 10 team or not. I don't know if they're outside looking in or rat. But they are very bad. Like when he threw 3 red zone interceptions because that team just has nobody willing to make plays. So like he's playing bad, but the team as a whole is not able to do anything to compensate. Because like he's still making plays and he converted multiple long third downs on scrambles because nobody could get open.
I mean, the Packers just absolutely dropped the ball in his career, and it is relatively sad. And it's beyond the letting Devontae Adams walk, because I do think at the end of the day it didn't have much to do with that. I mean, they probably could have fought harder, but the Jordan Love pick was just like just an
The Jordan
L.
Love pick was the worst decision they could have ever made,
And then it's like
and then trading Devontae Adams is a close second.
their relationship being just deteriorating over time, and them not wanting to make trades over the last couple years, and then like the last like year and a half they finally committed to trying to make some, and it's like it just doesn't happen every year. So it just doesn't
No.
work
They
out.
haven't committed to making anything. They pick up the phone and they call and they're like, "Hey, Pittsburgh, are you guys willing to take a 4th round pick for Chase Claypool?" And they're like, "No." Well, Rodgers, we tried.
Well, I thought there was a report that said they offered a first for somebody. Who was it? He was a good receiver.
It's probably DJ Moore.
It was. It exactly was DJ Moore.
But the Panthers, they're baffling. I don't understand. Like, I get 1 first-round pick for DJ Moore is probably not enough, but the Brian Burns
Brian
offers they
Burns.
turned down. Oh my god,
I really
they're
like
insane.
Brian Burns, but it was pretty straight.
I do too, but that's such a good offer, especially when you're this bad.
I even think the DJ Moore trade would probably have been worth for them to do. Get you recoup
Especially if
what
you do
got back.
both. Especially if you just do both of them.
Yeah.
Both
Oh
trades.
my god.
But
The incompetence of the new owner of the Panthers is sad.
yeah, he's a businessman, not a football
We're
man.
gonna find out. Man, the head coach of the Panthers, Matt Rule, was actually a genius. They just had the worst management ever.
Okay, well, Jags, they're pretty non-conversation to me. I think they just
Playoff hopeful.
Stay. No, I think they just stay.
I get it. I know no one's gonna agree with me on it. I know Jonah's probably gonna say that, but
Well, they
I'm
won.
telling you, this team's gonna make the push
Sadly, because they
and be a
fucking
playoff hopeful.
I can't say that they're Ratbird. They've earned outside looking in, but that's the best they're gonna get.
This
They
team's
have
gonna make
no
the push
hope
for
to make the
playoff
playoffs. They're gonna lose the division by like 5 games, if not more. I don't understand why you're so delusional about how good the Jaguars are.
they
hopeful.
burned
It's not that good. It's the other teams aren't good.
They burned me.
Do you
They
mean like the
hurt me.
Titans aren't good? Like you think
I
they're
mean-
not the Titans are
Yeah, I
like
feel
as bad as the
safe.
Jaguars?
I think it's a different bad.
But I mean, do you think as a whole they're as bad?
Yeah, I think when it comes to matchup, I think there's a chance Jags sweep the Titans, and I think that might be the difference maker.
I absolutely don't think that's
I
possible.
think that I think the Titans.
the strength
I
of
think
the
the
Titans.
The
What were
strength
you
of the
gonna
Titans is the strength of the Titans is running the ball, and where have the Jags put all of their draft capital? And,
No. The strength of the Titans is how good that defense is.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about offensively.
No, I know, but I'm saying Trevor Lawrence is going to have the worst games of his career against the Titans. He's going to look like dog shit.
But they're not good in pass D.
The Titans defense is just good.
I mean, no, they're not good in pass D. They're just not.
They
They've
are
been
though.
giving- They've been giving up stupid yardage. But then in red zone, teams have been trying to run it on them, and they've been making stops. But and they might do it again. No,
The Titans team as a whole is very weird because it's the same thing they did last year, where they got better. They get better like every week
Because Mike Vrabel
as a
pretty good.
whole.
Mike Vrabel, pretty good coach. Pretty good. Pretty good coach. Pretty good coach.
I'm just saying. I would put Jags in.
He's no
playoff
Lovey
football.
Smith, but he's good.
I think they're going to end up making a push here, and mainly just because of matchup scenarios and stuff. They could easily not, but that's just my gamble that I think they will.
I don't think Mike Vrabel would allow them to lose to the Jags twice.
I don't think he's going to allow him to lose once.
He'd cut off his whole fucking. He said he cut off his dick for a Super Bowl. He'll cut off the balls too. He'll cut off both balls not to lose both games.
One ball of victory.
Ball of victory. He's just gonna be a. It's just gonna be a flag. He's gonna be like a Ken doll down there. Okay. Well, Colts. Rat.
The Colts are if ever a team deserved to be demoted to a lower league, it's the Colts. What fucking Jim Irsay is doing is shitting all over the NFL. The motherfucker is trying to he's hired somebody who has no college or NFL coaching experience because he's like, I want a coach that doesn't know how to coach. That's what I want. And he's like, oh, it's absurd to think that we're tanking. And he's trying to subvert the Rooney Rule. He's doing so much stupid bullshit. He's running the team into the ground. It is so obvious to me that he's been fucking with the quarterback situation this whole time. He's refusing to get them a good quarterback and then actually invest in the position. Man, he's worse than Dan Campbell or Jerry Jones. Not Dan Campbell. Dan Snyder. He's worse than Dan Snyder or Jerry Jones.
I think.
What he's doing right now is worse than anything that they ever did.
Do you feel better?
That feels like a wild rant / accusation.
Yeah, I think I was on board. Honestly, everything was fine until the Dan Schneider comment.
Well, Dan Snyder's like outside of football shit is horrendous, and that's all. That's a whole nother
Well,
thing.
my thing
I
is
mean,
like
like the
this dude's
football
won.
related.
This dude's brought him a championship.
No, he got lucky and got Peyton Manning. He
But
wasn't involved in that time. That was a time where he was willing to sit back. I don't even know that he ran the team at the time. I'm pretty sure his dad was still owned the team.
and then they also had Andrew Luck. Like I just don't. The idea that like they have like
Peyton Manning broke his neck or whatever it was, and he was out for that season, and so they got Andrew Luck because they got the first pick.
yes,
And then they didn't win with Andrew Luck. They never won a Super Bowl with Andrew Luck.
they didn't win a Super Bowl, but they won a lot of games and probably were building that roster and building it well. And then Luck decided to know.
I don't think they were building it that well. I don't think they
Well-
invested around him well enough.
Yeah, Quinn and Nelson was a bad decision.
Well, he didn't.
No,
play
I'm
with-
not
I
saying
don't
like
know
these
if he-
random picks like
That's
they're
a
just
good-
like
they
this
did-
is where they ended up.
Did
They
they
played
play
together.
together?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
much though?
If Quentin Nelson
Really?
played with him, it was like a
One,
season.
1 or 2, I think.
I don't think they played together.
I don't know if they
I don't
did.
think
Either.
did.
If they did, it was close.
And also, they're just not investing in that team. Like it's not good to have Michael Pittman be your only offensive weapon. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is having a bad season, and that's just whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it
But
was
like,
one
there's
season.
nothing else going right for that team. They've got the highest paid offensive line in the league, and it's terrible.
Yeah, their line's been really bad this year.
I think Frank Reich was a scapegoat, and I don't think any of the problems with that team this year are his fault.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but
He's drafted in 2018, but I don't think Andrew Luck played his last year, didn't he? Yeah, I don't think they did play together. Because wasn't he hurt, and then he came back, and then everyone was super excited for him that summer, and then he retired at the end of like, that last preseason
It was
game?
his last season was 2018.
He played or didn't play?
He played
yeah,
that
he
season.
played. He played all 16 games.
Okay, so they had one season together. Yeah, I don't think that counts as a. I don't give credit to Irsay for drafting Quentin Nelson that late. That line for every year before that was so bad.
But I mean,
I know he didn't. He couldn't predict that Luck was going to retire. I get that, but he had plenty of time to fix the offensive line before drafting one guard when he had a really early pick. Who Quentin Nelson has also not played great this year.
No, he's been bad too. But that's not necessarily their fault. And Quentin Nelson's not a good example. That they had a top 5 pick and they drafted the obvious guy. I'm saying like all the other pieces, like they're not investing in getting guys at any point when they're in these windows, and they're not doing well drafting throughout. They're resting on the laurels of having one good draft.
Yeah,
They drafted him and Shaq Lawson in the same one, or no, Shaq Leonard in the same one.
I don't think.
And that's all they're doing is they're trying to rest on that.
Either. Like he had Hilton, but then he really.
He had Hilton, but Hilton they got. Hilton was the 3rd round pick. They didn't try and overinvest in that.
Yeah, but I mean, like we can't try if we're gonna like. You can't give Irsay credit for trying. Like at some point he's gotta, you gotta be.
Well, I'm confused. We're getting on them for not spending draft capital in places, and then getting on them for spending draft capital in places back.
What I don't remember.
Ursay isn't evaluated. I mean,
I think he's getting too involved, and I'm saying the team as a whole is just being run poorly.
I just don't think Ursay's doing that much in terms of the team. Like,
I think he is right now.
I don't think he has any
I think
input on who
this
they draft.
scapegoating shit with Frank Reich and what he said in that press conference and how he's been the reason why they've changed quarterbacks every season. Frank Reich was like, I want Carson Wentz because I coached him, I liked him, I know how to win with him. That team went from winning 9 games with him to the 3 that it's got now because of how bad the quarterback play has been. Irsay is the reason why they traded for Matt Ryan.
I just don't like they've had bad drafts really. They haven't been like great drafts, but
yeah, but
they haven't been good. This team refuses to spend in free agency. They go into free agency with top 5 cap space, and they refuse to spend any money.
I think that's your best argument right there. Is free agency.
I mean, it's the.
Well, I think
it's
those arguments are combined. Yeah, exactly. Those arguments are combined. We can get hung up on like the specific words we say about them not drafting certain things, but in general, they never put a line around Luck. They never gave Luck another weapon, and they had draft capital and they had plenty of money to do it during those times, and they never did. And then Luck walked away. Then you have to knock him for not getting him an offensive line, and that leading to why Luck retired.
I don't know. I don't think they had the salary
But who
They
are
didn't
they
have the
paying?
salaries. Oh, what do you mean? They were paying other people.
I mean, who?
And I mean, T.Y. Hilton, Moncrief. Once they gave him a
But
deal.
Moncrief wasn't making that much back then.
No, he wasn't making a ton, but
I don't think many people would even know Moncrief besides like us. I don't even remember who their running back was during that time.
Trent Richardson.
They did bail.
Yeah, I don't know
on-
who their running back was either.
Oh
I
wait,
was
they
thinking
didn't
about this
bail
whole
on that.
time.
They were on the bad end of that.
That was when they had Vontae
Moncrief
Davis and
signed a
Bethea.
4-year, $2 million contract.
Ooh, that's a lot of money.
No, but that was when he was on the third round pick deal. I don't know. What
Yeah, and then
happened
he never played for them again. He didn't sign an extension with the Colts.
Jake, don't do this.
there.
Bad.
What I'm saying
Jake.
is, I don't know if they had money. I just don't know. I mean, I don't think any of us know whether they had money during.
I
That
know
time.
they've had money for 4 off seasons in a row and haven't spent anything.
I know, but that's completely separate from when Luck was there.
But that's but I'm talking about all of it. It's all been
Yeah,
bad.
what I'm saying is we have literally none of us have a clue whether they were investing money. in Luck
Well, you
or
also
not.
just made a claim too that you didn't know and was
I
clearly
said
wrong.
I said they were paying Moncrief. I didn't know how much. You said how much.
What
I was
you
like, I
you
don't
were
know
just
how
gonna talk about shitty players making no money? Is
I
that
was
what
talking.
you,
I
that
was
was
talking
your
about
point?
I was talking about the players that I remember playing for them. What? Like I forgot they had Darius Hayward Bay,
Who was not good.
who
either.
isn't not getting paid much, not at all.
He wasn't drafted by them, right?
Yeah, he was drafted by the Raiders. So I mean, they overpaid him in free agency, I'm sure, but overpaying him is probably not paying too much.
Okay,
I think most of their money was probably put in defense,
I'm tired of
but
talking about the
taking
Colts.
games.
40 minutes of this nonsense.
He was on a 1-year, $2.5 million contract when he was with the Colts. Having Haywood Bay did nothing to them. That salary cap.
You play good special teams for us.
But
Love that guy. What a goat. All right, we're done with the Colts. Agree to disagree. Are the Cardinals staying, moving?
at least they're in rat.
No one was arguing with it. That was you, Jonah. You were the one keeping them up.
No, before. I'm saying this pivotal moment, the fucking Jeff Saturday hiring is God, it's such a disrespectful decision.
I like Jeff Saturday.
I hate it.
Oh.
I hate it so much. Jeff Saturday could be the best coach in the world. But it just the fact that he's hiring somebody without any experience from outside to bypass the Rooney Rule and do all this other shit, it's so bad. It's so bad.
All
All right, the Cardinals. Man,
just leave them. Fuck them.
they're gonna fuck around and get out and be outside looking in. They're not gonna get a rat bird. It's gonna be so bad for them. I hope Cliff Kingsbury gets fired.
He has to be, but
Jake, got any opinions on the Cardinals?
no, Jake's mad. Jake's probably looking up cold shit right now
No.
for post pod.
I'm sure he is, but
I think the Cardinals are bad, but
how bad?
I don't think Ratford bad.
Yeah,
Thing.
that's the weird position I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Okay, Raiders.
Yeah,
I'm not
I mean,
moving them either. Didn't they win?
No, they lost to the Jags.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, there's just so many teams down there. We can't keep adding. Can't keep getting away with this.
Well, I mean, theoretically, there's only gonna be 14 teams in the top 2 tiers.
I guess that's true. Let's move them down. Fuck them.
I'm glad you did that because they're 2-6, and I completely agree that they're a
Yeah.
Ratbird team.
Who years were done?
The
Oh, what,
Raiders.
the Raiders?
The
Ooh,
Raiders.
I don't know about that. I
Rrr.
don't know about that.
I think, the funny part is, I think this is Josh McDaniel's fault.
I think the funny thing is too, there's a world where they've won way more games than they lost, but
And it's a world where Josh McDaniels isn't who they hired for coach.
We're not in that world.
I guess it will. It probably will that way, won't it?
We're not in that world. No sir.
I don't know what it is about Josh McDaniels. He's a very good offensive coordinator, but I don't think he motivates the guys right. Whatever that is, the intangible stuff that the head coach does, he doesn't do it well. Because this is a team that should not be this bad right now. On paper, all they did was get better.
And they're down there with the fucking with unlimited, Mr. Unlimited. All right, where are we moving New England? I'm moving them up.
They are playoff hopeful.
They're fighting. Yeah, they're fine.
which
They're fine.
it baffles me that they can have such a bad quarterback situation and play so good. It's just like the Jets; they're the same team.
They're
Just
fighting.
one of them has got the greatest head coach of all time.
That's true. All right, let's go down here to Rad. See if anyone's moving up. I actually don't know if anyone is, but maybe. All right, Steelers not moving. Raiders we moved down. Colts we moved down. Packers we moved down. Lions.
Lions aren't moving. The Lions had a very nice win, but I don't think it matters to them
Good for them, right?
for the end. That felt like a really good moral victory, and I'm beginning to become concerned that Dan Campbell might not get to see the fruits of his labors.
I can't wait to watch them on Thanksgiving. Wait, no, I don't. I can wait. I honestly, if they could get rid of both the teams that always get to play Thanksgiving, regardless of if Jonah thinks I'm attacking the Cowboys, I'm honestly just tired of seeing both of them play.
No, I wish there was a rotation. The worst part about the Thanksgiving stuff is that the Cowboys get a Sunday game before that Thursday, and then they have to play the following Thursday. We play 3 games in 10 days every year. It's stupid. I hate it.
Any Lions opinions, Jake? Look up the Colts stuff after the pod.
No,
Jake, I'm looking up now.
they're rapid. They're too insane.
All right, Texans.
They won't be able to blow up.
Jake, I don't think you were right about maybe they could win. Well, I guess you said maybe, so maybe you weren't.
Yeah, I was right. What do you mean? Hey, only like 4 games back.
That's true. They do have that good tie, though.
Yeah.
I actually, the only interesting thing to think about the Texans is I saw something today that said a mock draft that had them picking Will Anderson, and I would be stunned if they don't pick a quarterback. Davis Mills not it. He's not the guy. Get yourself one of
They
these.
could draft a quarterback number 1 and still get Will Anderson.
That'd make me sad, but
Is that who you're hoping to get? Is Will Anderson? That makes
mean,
sense.
him and TJ would be fucking whoo.
You don't think Highsmith's good enough?
Not Will Anderson good enough.
I don't know. Will Anderson's been having a rocky season.
Well,
He's not been
sucks.
quite as good as everybody
He
said.
sucks.
I'm joking, but
Oh. Yeah, you were just mad because what did he do? What did you do to you in NCAA? Did he score twice?
what? I don't think so. Did
I
he?
thought he did when you played him. It was like at the very beginning when you were playing. I thought I remember you
It's a
saying
funny
Will
player,
Anderson's going to
twice.
score. Will Anderson might get. I think you were like Will Anderson might be the
The
Heisman.
Heisman?
Runner.
Oh, the Heisman went out. Yeah, he did. I think he actually did have another game. I think he had like 6 sacks in the first half.
Oh my god.
Okay.
The Texans have a bright future, but they're a bad team.
All right. Commanders.
Ratbird.
That's a scrappy team.
They need to go up. They have
That's a
to.
scrappy. They're gonna be outside looking in for me.
I mean, I get
Yeah.
what Jake deserves to say what he's saying, but
They're scrappy.
Ratbird bottom 4.
If Carson Wentz was still quarterback, they'd be Ratbird.
I love how devastating.
I know, that's right. Like, I can't believe they go away from Carson Wentz. What are they doing?
Heineke is just.
Throwing it away from me.
Jake's like, that's what I need. That's what I
it
banked
is.
on.
I
Heineke's
banked
one
on
of those guys that
Carson.
wins.
This should count as a QB injury, which you would
the
think would
Commanders
help my
won.
side of
Yeah.
the bet.
Who did the Commanders lose to this week?
The Vikings on that last second field goal.
Yeah. And then who they beat the week before?
Shit. They beat the Packers recently.
Was that who it was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
With
it
the
was- yeah, it was.
McLaurin? Yeah, that was how devastating of that was to you, Jake.
Dude, that's been all of their wins. Every game they've won, I felt like they haven't deserved to win.
No, they deserve the one against the Packers. They beat the Colts. That one was a 17-16 victory that I'm not certain that they deserved.
They didn't deserve the Jags one, week 1. Like, I'm pissed about all of them.
Yeah, the one I was thinking was the McLaurin making that crazy catch, and Jake was like, "Screw McLaurin." He was so mad.
Make
That was the
one
Colts
good,
game, yeah.
You make one good play every 5 weeks.
That is what he does. I mean, none of us are McLaurin stands on here. None of us are Commanders fans, so we're not gonna say some crazy stuff like he's a top 10 receiver. But he is the king of being good in fantasy on a year because he has like 4 weeks where he just catches crazy catches But this is not a scary Terry attack. All right, let's keep going. Browns.
It's so annoying.
Browns are funny because if we had done this last week, they'd be outside looking in, but I think they're a rat.
Did they lose this week or were they on bye?
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was bye.
Well, I feel like they gotta go up. They beat the brakes off the Bengals somehow.
But that felt like that feels like a division game
yeah, but I feel like they
Playoff
gotta go.
hopeful.
because I don't think they're actually good at all. I don't feel like they won that game because they were good. And I think it showed in the second half when they were starting to fall apart and couldn't score.
Where do you want to do it,
Third
Jake? 'Cause
last bit.
you're the
Playoff purple.
vote. Legit?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we go there then.
That sucks. It was going to be so nice. There's going to be
This
10 teams in
team-
Ratbird because the Bears have to go up.
Wait, what?
They have to go up to outside looking in.
I kind of want
God,
to
they
go up.
lost.
Yeah, but Justin Fields. he tried his
But they
little heart
lost.
out.
They lost a like 3-point game, and they scored 30 points.
Nah, they gotta stay. That's true. Though Justin Fields has been playing crazy good, they have to stay. They've lost. He's been playing good, but they've lost. You know, they still have lost. They beat New England, and then they've lost the last two, right?
Yeah, they beat New England, and they've lost. They lost to Dallas. They lost to the Dolphins.
Fields, Fields since week 5 or whatever has been the #1 quarterback in fantasy. Isn't that
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, I
crazy?
think they finally figured out how to play him properly.
Do I not trade him? Do I keep him?
I mean, not for what you're getting for him.
Okay. I
But,
don't know. He hasn't texted me back, so that might.
And you want to know what's crazy? Is in those 5 weeks of him being the #1 quarterback in fantasy,
They've
they
won
won
a
one
game.
game.
Poor
Which
I
is
get
why Ratbirds.
I just disagree. I think that team has shown a lot. They've played a bunch of good teams in that stretch.
Yeah, but they're just
I
losing.
mean, not really.
If we're gonna keep the Giants up, because
Yeah, really.
we gotta keep.
Jake, they've played.
The
Washington is
Cowboys, trash.
I'm
Dolphins.
tired of this. I'm tired of this. It's
Dude, I
entirely
put
a
them-
meme, and I'm
I
fucking
put them
tired
in
of it.
playoff
You're
team.
so
You
used
know
to
I'm.
I know, and it frustrates me because we're so different on our opinion of the Cowboys. But anyway,
All right,
I think the Bears are better.
Panthers, Saints,
but
and Broncos.
that's what it is.
Anyone needs any qualms of moving them?
Not one bit.
Panthers, Saints, Broncos. Can we make a new tier for Have Russ?
Have Mr. Unlimited. Unlimited. Okay, well.
I wonder how long until the Broncos players start to hate him. Because I mean, they have him there for
Sorry.
7
They
more
probably
years.
already do. They're losing.
Yeah.
Well, like when they're willing to come out and just like, there's like locker room reports about how the guys hate him.
Who knows?
Because there was all those good
Ow.
vibes in the offseason when Cortland Sutton's like, he knows how to run an offense. Like he's telling me where to break my routes and stuff. It's awesome. I've never had this before. And I feel like they don't feel like that way at all anymore.
No, they're losing. They definitely don't. But there we go. We've updated our tier list. New tier list. Yippity doo dah, yippity day. All right, let's go. Let's pick this Thursday night. Oh God, it's so bright. There's how last week worked. We can. I'll probably flip over and we'll have like the how we did specifically by the time we do our pick'ems. But I guess I get to pick who goes first, right? Fuck you, Jonah. You go
No.
first, you bitch. Fucking picked me last week, bitch. Heck you, Jonah.
This is gross.
I know.
I don't want to.
Oh
watch
wait,
this
no,
game.
never mind. I changed my mind. Jake, you go first. I want to pick last.
That
That's what I want. That's what I wanted to do, and then I got caught up. Who's
Got
probably?
caught up for a moment.
How long has the predictions been wrong?
The what?
How long has Jonah's predictions thing been wrong? Is it like week?
Probably all year.
Wow. That's
What do you
funny.
mean that it's all? Oh, that it's
It's
misspelled.
spelled
Yeah,
wrong.
I noticed that last week, and then I was like, oh, it's wrong every week. I'm just not gonna change
It's
it.
because we definitely. Well, it's because we just copy and pasted it.
It's
every
we
week.
just copy and paste, so it's just always been wrong. So I just left it. I don't remember who put that there.
I'm
If
sure
we
it
each
was
did it
me.
ourselves or what.
Google fucking sheets and docs are so bad about telling you when you spell words wrong, which I do not understand how that's hard.
It's just the Excel ones because you put in acronyms like crazy on these boards, so they don't autocorrect it because you're usually not typing words.
Right, Jonah?
Don't act like this is a real
This
decision.
feels like a divisional upset game. I'm doing it.
Jonah's in the lead too much. I got. Shit. Nah. Damn, I was really hoping you're. Damn. What, the singular Falcon.
One Falcon will win.
Yeah, just the Hall of Famer. The rest of the team's gonna lose.
That's
Yeah.
true. Kyle Pitts is gonna. Have
He's
a
gonna
whole
somehow kick a
wild-
field goal, and he's
He's
gonna
gonna-
outscore the Panthers, but the rest of the
he's
team's
gonna-
gonna lose.
He's gonna outscore the whole team.
All right. Well, there we go. That's part one, peeps. For you guys, they're listening, it'll be mere moments, but for us, decades. For when we get to do the second part of this, we shall see
We're doing it
you.
right away, right now.
I know we shall see you right now. All right, welcome back to episode
To
16.
this episode of the Boogie Woogie Boys.
Welcome back. We're here to do our picks. We'll be in and out, but for you,
That's such an odd start
but for you,
to this second half of the podcast, Jake.
well, it's gonna be like for them. It's no time. It's just a split second.
I know, but he's just like the Boogie Woogie Boys.
Jake's dumb.
Yeah, we were talking about that before. We were talking about that before we started the first half of the pod that we did right before the second part that we're calling part 2 for some reason.
Well, it's part 2 of this pot.
Yeah, what I'm saying is we did part 1 and 2 at the same time, so why are we calling it part 1 and 2?
Oh, I see what your joke was. It was a bad joke. All right, make your picks, Jonah. Let's go.
Wait, it's Jonah first.
I think.
Goodness.
Are you?
You have to reveal it.
I asked
my
someone.
point.
I asked someone to count.
No, we know Jonah's first. My point is you're supposed to announce Jonah's first.
Jonah's first.
That's part of the pod.
Jonah's first. Go, Jonah.
All right, I'll go.
I wonder why you put Jonah
Such a
first.
surprise.
That's a shocker.
Wait, no, there's no way you're doing that. There's no way you accidentally ended it 16 times before we started.
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah, too.
Interesting.
Wait.
He copied and pasted.
Ah.
I'm always
Also,
gonna
y'all
make these
I'm assuming it's money line, right? You guys didn't put Jonah, you idiot.
Yeah, don't come at me.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, I can't
You
times
just
two.
put Seahawks.
I see. I assumed that the times two was what I needed. Jonah's dumbass in this ran off of me. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
Is that just to be different, or do you actually think that?
No, I actually think that.
Okay.
Is Josh Allen playing?
Does anyone know? Who knows?
I don't know. That's what I was asking.
Doesn't matter.
You're right.
I don't know that it's been revealed yet, has it?
Let's fucking ride, baby. 1
Has he
o'clock,
pra-
Kurt.
has he
1 o'clock,
practiced
Kurt,
yet?
baby.
Wait, gosh, dang it, Drew.
1 o'clock, Kurt. 1 o'clock, Kurt, baby.
Dude,
I'm a
hate
Vikings rider, baby. Fuck the Bills. They're losing, baby. 9-1.
I hate you because are we about to give Jonah the freest 1.5 ever?
Jonah's about to take some space here.
We just gifted him. We're gonna gift him. We're literally gonna give. I'm gonna give Jonah like a 7.5 point lead.
I'm
on
not
me in the
playing
first
like a
3
bitch
games.
anymore. I just said it pre-pod. Nothing matters to me except for not
All
playing.
right,
like
for
a
this
bitch.
one though, because I don't know, I am gonna play like a little bitch.
That's a smart
Yeah,
decision.
well, yeah, because you don't know, Jonah. You would do that anyways. You are just a little.
No, if I knew for sure Josh Allen was playing, I would take them. I would take them to win by 7.
I believe in 1 o'clock, Kurt.
Yo, I don't care what anyone says. The Bears' offense looks good, only to lose every time.
Why do I feel like it looks like off-centered? Am I tripping?
Yeah, everything looks whack. It looks disgusting.
Huh.
I think it's probably because we have the text not centered, but.
Go,
Man,
Jon.
this one's a weird one.
Why is that?
The Bears
He
have been
doesn't
so
know what to
good, but I just don't. Jake's right. They don't win.
Yeah, you can look as good as you want and not win a game. You know what that makes you? A good-looking loser.
Yeah, but the Lions' defense is
It
bad.
makes you look like a
I'm
lion.
going with it.
I don't play like a bitch. No more. You hear me? No more. I could not get a single pick right, but I'm not playing like a bitch.
This is Jonah, right? By the way, I have no idea.
Like an obvious pick.
I have to type him in now because I can't trust Jonah. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
Respect. Give me a Russell Wilson quote.
What's right?
Broncos.
Or did you want the dangerous?
No, I like unlimited. That's the one I like.
Unlimited.
Oh
my God.
What is it, Mister? Yeah,
Unlimited.
Mister Unlimited. What a fucking nut! I love him. He's my favorite.
How much of your favorite? Like you want him QB in the Steelers next year? Favorite? Or?
No, it's a different like. You know what I mean? It's not like a.
He likes to observe from afar. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to actually have to invest anything in him.
So if
his
you could
success.
trade
I like the
Kenny
mystique
Pickett,
of him.
if you could trade Kenny Pickett for Russ and a first round pick, Would you do it?
Yeah, no, because he's getting paid so much money.
I don't know. That was an interesting offer.
Could I keep him and cut him and not have to pay any of his salary?
Keep him and cut him?
Well, I'm saying, like, could I get him and cut him and not have to
And
pay him?
like and re-sign him, or you just don't have a quarterback?
We'll just figure that quarterback out later.
He rolls out Trubisky.
Wait,
What
so
do you
you're
mean?
saying you would trade Kit Pickett just for a first round pick?
Well, yeah, for Denver's first round pick, it's gonna be pretty good.
Denver doesn't have their first round pick this year.
All right,
You're
I'm
not
out.
going to be able to
I'm
get
out.
one for
I'm
like
out.
2 more years.
I'm out. You're trading me something you don't even have, Jake. What the hell?
No, it was a three-way trade with Seattle. They get Russ back.
God,
You
Seattle.
get Denver's first round
Let's
pick.
go, dude. I love Seattle. Get rid of Pete Carroll. You're not going to, but get rid of him. All right. Is it my pick?
hmm
Ooh. Fuck. Fuck the fucking Jags.
Hey.
Hate them.
All right.
Hate them. They fucked me too. They fucked me all season, and then they finally win last week, and I don't pick them.
I mean, guys, apparently I think there's a lot of underdog wins this week.
You don't think they can cover 9.5 at home? Oh, you're
No, I
sure.
think the Jags are winning.
Jonah's scared of the Jags.
It's not that I'm scared of the Jags. It's that this team didn't cover last week. They've had games where they just if the team they're playing isn't good, they take it too easy.
I was first there, right? Yeah, I was first.
Name Oh, well, there we go.
Taking what to
Mr.
Got a nice wash here.
Unlimited.
Oh, I'm up.
Ooh, I just
Yuck.
realized ooh, awkward.
Yuck. I'm gonna do that thing that Jake does all the time. Oh wait, no, that's A plus.
I
They're
don't think it's
covering,
that.
man.
I think I could do that. I think
I
they
mean,
could
is
do it.
that's worth 3 points right there, right?
Maybe
If
next year.
only.
Maybe next year. Not playing like a bitch. Fuck the Giants. They're bad.
Well, I mean,
Take your free one.
yeah, I'm first here, right?
Mm-hmm. You're first now. First in my heart.
Oops.
Jake doesn't know how to type.
Well, no, I guess I was clicked off onto something else. I have no idea why.
Wow,
But
Jake. You just hate me?
no, what? Every time I pick the Steelers, they lose. I'm trying to help you.
That's cap. You
All
picked
right.
them once. What if we went through and that's true? I think didn't you pick them when we played, didn't you pick us when we played the Bills?
Yeah.
See, that game doesn't count.
But it's still true.
You threw. That's like a beyond like that's beyond what the Steelers are capable of.
Am I allowed to pick the Steelers here?
Yeah, you have
If you're
to.
not being mean.
Honestly.
Okay.
Honestly, strategically, it's the right move because then I can win 1.5 on y'all.
Yes, and that strategically makes a lot of sense to me.
I'm gonna be sad if we lose.
Yeah.
It's your pick, Jake.
I know.
We got a ×2 coming? We don't.
Dude, there's not a game 2 times 2 the rest of the way. I'm screwed. Ooh, a wash.
You had opportunities.
Oh, you're
I
going
don't
picked a
have.
lot of-
Jonah, I haven't picked an underdog money line yet. I don't think.
It's true.
Yep, you're definitely right. That's true.
You talked all that shit on the poor Bears, and you don't even go with the lines times two.
To be honest, I didn't think of it then. I didn't realize I didn't have a money a ×2 I liked until I picked until we got to the Dolphins game and I was like, shoot, I just picked a 4 underdog money lines and didn't ×2 any of them.
No surprise there for me.
This is what hurts. When you go last, you have like when you think about what you're gonna do, you at least have a plan. When you're not last, you do it. I always do what Jake's saying. I just don't pay attention, and don't like count it out to see what they're doing. I just ride, and then now Jake's stuck here. I guess he's gonna take care of the Cardinals. Times them too. Times them by
No,
It's
you
your
take the
pick.
Chargers
It's your
probably.
pick on the Cowboys game, right, Drew?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Just a,
Oh, Drew, you bombed. I knew what I was doing all along. It was planned from the beginning. There was never a doubt in my mind.
it won't happen. It won't happen. But
Well,
man,
now that you picked them, it won't.
if it
But
does, I'm gonna fucking
I'm
shit talk Jonas so hard. Jake, I'm not.
Rodgers.
I have no bad charm with this game, with the pick'ems. It's only sports betting.
Yeah.
Just because I'm in last
you're
place
gonna
doesn't mean I'm
unfreeze
cursed.
your month just so you can bet on the Packers
No,
or bet on the Cowboys.
I genuinely really have
Do it,
enjoyed.
Drew.
I genuinely enjoyed not having any sports.
Drew, I will send you $5 to unfreeze your account. So
I
you
can put
bet
it
on the
through
He
another
Cowboys.
can't.
sports book.
Yeah, he has to do it in a different sports book.
You can call apparently. I don't know how that phone call goes, but apparently you can call like to get it open.
They're like, I feel like this isn't something we should do. You
Sir,
did this because you're worried you might be addicted, and now you're calling us.
it was a mistake.
It was my wife. She did it.
She did it because we ran out of money.
But it's
What?
okay. I got paid again. It's okay. I've got money again.
Is this? Oh, is this me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
times 2 again. Is that okay? Wait, no. Yeah, that's a gross. This is a gross. This is the least one. I could not care less about this game.
Yeah, this is
This is like, and then whoever loses is just done. Their season's done, which is kind of funny. But
I
Jonah,
don't
what
know
do
that
you-
either of them can recover their season.
Jonah.
Well-
What are you picking?
that's probably true, Jonah. But this is. I mean, there's
You
there's
finished
no
typing?
no coming back to the losers.
Jonah, what are you
Uh,
picking here?
Well, I feel pretty good about picking this.
I got Jonah to put his in, even though I'm supposed to go right here.
You feel comfortable with the Cardinals money line? Did you not watch Hard Knocks? They were yelling at each other. They were mean.
Jonah, that's an infraction by Jonah. He went before I did, therefore this game is void for him.
That's true. Jonah can't win on this game.
Just-
I agree.
Automatic.
Lost. I thought maybe you could put like void, something more professional than the
No,
word
he
lost.
takes. No. He doesn't. It's not voided. He takes the L automatically.
I mean,
He is
sure, Jake.
in
Alright,
money
Jonah.
line. He's 0-1 on the week now.
It's your pick, Jonah.
No, isn't it my pick? Didn't you go first time?
Sure. I get the order pretty like actually doesn't really matter now that everyone's got their times twos. I guess
I'm a
it
bum.
matters to play with them, but
Yeah, I just think, can they cover?
Yeah,
Can they-
7.5 is a painful number. I don't
Ah.
like it.
It's
No
not like the
way.
Chargers are like that bad.
No,
Ugh.
and the annoying thing is the Chargers
No, I
could
gotta do
easily,
Niners money line.
the Chargers could easily just like backdoor cover because they just start slinging it to try to get back in it.
Yeah. I like the hesitation. It's funny.
oh, is it my pick? Oh, there you go. I had mine typed in. I was just sitting there.
Ooh.
And then who picked this? Jonah?
This is Jonah.
You're just gonna pick it every week.
Drew up. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. I'll
Oh, you're like Goldilocks. So cute.
yeah. I mean,
Alright.
hey, this is. I can afford maybe, depending on how this week's goes, Drew, to give you a half point there, but taking a point from Joe is big.
I don't feel like it's likely to happen, but being a divisional game, I think this is a
Yeah,
game.
you know
we
what? That's
could
what y'all
win.
said about the Panthers and Falcons game, and look how that went.
I wanted the Panthers.
Wait,
I-
wait,
I got
they
traded.
scared. I got
What?
scared. I got
It's a
scared.
joke, Jonah. I agree with you.
I'm so sad. I got scared. All right. Well, there's a lot of movement that can happen this week.
Is
I
there?
don't know. Yeah, I mean, if all my dogs win,
Well, there's a good amount of movement.
If I start the 1 o'clock slot
Towards the
again,
end there, the 4 o'clocks, the 4 o'clocks on the Sunday night are different enough between the two of us. You could catch up there.
I mean the 1 o'clocks if I get those right, generally.
Well, I mean, for you, for Jake, for sure. Jake was all over the map, but I think
Well,
Jake's gonna fall behind.
I just want to catch up with Jake.
I'm pretty sure in the 1 o'clock. Let me look. Okay, I think that everything before 4 o'clock. I think me and Jonah picked everyone opposite, except for the Dolphins.
Yes. Except for, well, the Giants Texans one, we both can win.
That's true.
But every other
But
game,
you won't.
but that's the thing is you could win it. You could win it without me winning it, and I guess theoretically I could win it without you winning it. But then
Nope.
Drew would win.
That one's not possible.
I'm just gonna be a wild man
Yes,
the rest
we
of the rest of the way with these pick'ems, but there it is. We actually did a pod this week, guys. Claps for us.
Yeah, man, this was short. Why didn't we just do this during part 1? Why did we do it part 2?
Because we want the numbers to be more accurate.
Oh, that's right.
We wanted to still not know if Josh Allen's gonna play.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
There's logic to
Oh,
it.
but so see, we didn't know if Josh Allen was going to play during part 1, and now in part 2, we still know that we don't know that Josh Allen's going to play.
There you go. Think about that. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.